Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars and welcome to my review for the 2021 science fiction drama Stowaway, a film that is co-written and directed by Joe Penna and it stars Anna Kendrick, Daniel Day-Kim, Toni Collette and Shamir Anderson. Now this is a Netflix film. I haven't been in a huge rush to watch this one. There's not been a great deal of buzz around this one. However, I've had it on my watch list, and this essentially, as I've mentioned, is a science fiction film. And it's about the first manned mission to Mars. And we have three astronauts on there. We have Anna Kendrick, Daniel Day-Kim, and Toni Collette, who is the commander of the mission. It's a 2-year mission to Mars, and about 12 hours into the mission, they notice, well certainly Toni Collette's character notices that there's something wrong. She opens up one of the things above her, and basically Shamir Anderson's character Michael drops out of there, and he is like an engineer that was working back on Earth on the spacecraft, and somehow he ended up getting trapped inside this spacecraft, and he's stuck on the mission now with the rest of them. However, this is supposed to be a 3-man mission, and they haven't prepared for a 4-man mission, and this leads to a catastrophic series of events that puts everybody at risk and the mission itself. Right, what are my thoughts on Stowaway? Well, I can understand why this film is not getting a great deal of positive feedback. Now that's not to say that this isn't a well-made film. It is certainly that, with a good cast. Everybody here delivers a good performance. I don't have an issue with anybody's performance here. Toni Collette, of course, is always fabulous when she's on screen. And Anna Kendrick, who I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't watch an awful lot of her type of movies. But she actually really impressed me too in this film. Daniel Day-Kim, TV veteran from Lost and things like that. He's actually excellent as well in this film. I've always liked him. He's always had quite good charisma on screen. And Shamir Anderson, who plays this so-called stowaway on the craft that throws up this huge array of puzzles for them to solve. The problem with this film is it's a bit dull. It's a bit too grounded, I suppose, or realistic for its own good. There's, other than pieces of equipment malfunctioning and the usual, oh, we haven't got enough oxygen to last scenario, there's not a great deal here to write home about. That's essentially it. So this film drags on for I think it's close to 2 hours, and it doesn't really throw anything else at the screen, really. Any more excitement, any more attempts to get you gripped with the story and the writing. That's really it. And the ending for me was so drab and dull that when it finished, you kind of thought to yourself, is that it? You kind of felt a little bit duped by the film. It kind of left you hanging, as if to say, okay, is that the grand gesture? Is that what we're getting? That's all we're getting. Okay, fair enough. I'm done then. It's a film that I thought had a lot of promise. The first 30-40 minutes for me presented quite a lot of promise. And then it just kind of failed to deliver from that point onwards. I thought it was quite interesting, the dilemma that they had, in a sense of, it was a 3-man mission supposedly, and now they've got 4 men on the mission. I'm using that term now. Obviously there's 2 women, but I'm just using that terminology. So they've got to figure out how to get to Mars and back with this new problem added to the equation, because there's no way they can't turn back. That's not an option here for the crew, and that for me had a wonderful array of options, problems for them to solve. Food, sleeping quarters, clothes, sharing clothes. I mean, there's so many things, but no. And I actually thought the title was a little bit misleading as well. I mean, a stowaway. I mean, I don't know the dictionary explanation for a stowaway, but you think that someone's kind of hiding on board as it to be like a villain or a sinister act. They're hiding away to get on this mission for some reason. No, it's almost like, well, it's completely by accident how he ends up on this mission. And this film desperately needed some kind of villain, or some kind of something else to make it a little bit more interesting. I just found the whole thing a little bit dull. So huge potential, good cast, good performances, the effects are fine. It's just the story drags and is a little bit dull. So for that reason, I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. It didn't really do a lot for me, this one. And I don't think it will, impress many, certainly. It's not a bad film. I just found it a little bit boring, if I'm being honest. So that is my review for Stowaway. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will be back, obviously, with more content on the channel very, very soon.